You have been lied to about butter. For years, they told you it's gonna clog your arteries, raise cholesterol, and make you fat. But what if I told you butter is one of the most anti-inflammatory fat-burning foods you could ever eat? And if you're looking to burn fat, that stubborn belly fat that you just can't get rid of, ditching butter is the last thing you should do. Instead, I'm gonna show you why butter is one of the most important fat-burning foods. Plus, I'll be breaking down the 6 most powerful fat-burning foods that lower inflammation, balance your hormones, and help you shed a ton of excess fat. I'm talking about 20 pounds of fat in a month. This is something your doctor or nutritionist will never, ever tell you. And you wanna stick with me to the end. I'm gonna give you a 30-day plan to incorporate these fat-burning foods, and I'll address the most common questions as well. Let's start with butter. Look, butter has been demonized since the 1950s. A whole bunch of propaganda and misinformation. It's created a whole term called lipophobia, which is the fear of dietary fat based off of 50 plus years of propaganda and misinformation. Here's why butter is amazing for your metabolism and for fat loss. Butter is rich in conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. This is a type of fat that actually boosts fat burning and helps to break down stubborn belly fat. Butter is packed with butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid which is crucial for insulin sensitivity, and it reduces inflammation. So if you have insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, butter is one of the best foods for those conditions. Butter is high in saturated fat, which builds your sex hormones, your cell membranes, and it helps to build 2 fat-burning hormones, estrogen and testosterone. Butter keeps you full and satiated. It suppresses appetite, balances your blood sugar levels, and helps you feel satisfied much longer. So it isn't the butter making you fat, it's what the butter goes on, the bread, and it's the seed oil. It's all the other crap out there. Eat the butter. Grass-fed butter is way better than grain-fed butter because it contains the right amount of omega-6 to omega-3 ratios, and it has way more nutrients in it. With that being said, let's get to those 6 fat-burning foods and then give you the plan to implement it to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days. The first food is butter. This stays on the list. I just explained why. Let's move on to the second food. Oh, and actually, before I move on to the second food, here are simple ways to incorporate butter into your diet. Put a tablespoon of it into your coffee or your tea, cook your eggs and food with it, put it on top of your meat, your proteins, let it melt, put it on your broccoli, Brussels sprouts if you eat that. Those are different ways to do it. The second fat-burning food you want to add to your grocery shopping list to shed 20 pounds of fat is ghee, which is actually clarified butter. This is better for those who are more lactose intolerant, lactose sensitive. This is a better option to the butter because the lactose is removed. Ghee has 0 lactose and 0 casein, making it easier in digestion with those who have dairy sensitivities. Just like butter, ghee is rich in medium chain triglycerides, MCTs, which boost ketone production, really important for fat loss, and also rich in butyrate. Both of these are powerful fat burning mechanisms, or I should say building blocks to help your metabolism burn fat. How to consume your ghee. You could cook your food in it, eggs, you could cook your steak in it, top it, put the ghee on top of your steak or veggies, let it melt. Amazing. It's a nutrient powerhouse. The third fat-burning food is wild-caught salmon. Wild-caught salmon is packed with omega-3 fats, which are anti-inflammatory, lowers inflammation, regulates blood sugar, and the key hormone insulin, which when that is high, you're storing fat. When you lower it, you burn fat. Wild-caught salmon helps you lower insulin. And you do want to make sure it's wild-caught salmon versus farm-caught salmon. Farm-caught salmon does not have the same amount of nutrients. They're fed an awful feed with soybean oil and antibiotics, and they put artificial dyes to make it look like real wild-caught salmon. It's not. So get wild-caught salmon and simply consume it 1 to 2 times per week to get these anti-inflammatory omega-3s, EPA, and DHA, which are simply just healthy fats that help you burn fat. The fourth fat-burning food is my favorite, red meat, beef and or lamb. I personally eat a carnivore diet most of the time, which focuses on mostly red meat. Now, red meat has more nutrients than any green leafy vegetable out there. Red meat is loaded with high quality protein, complete protein. These essential amino acids help with lean muscle mass, And the more lean muscle mass you have, you don't have to be a bodybuilder, but the more lean muscle mass you have, the more insulin sensitive you are, the higher your metabolic rate, meaning your metabolism burns more calories sitting on the couch, and you just burn more fat. Red meat is loaded with B vitamins, iron, and zinc, all help hormone function for fat loss. So simply get a nice fatty cut of red meat, like a ribeye, or even something like a New York strip or ground beef, and make sure it's grass-fed and grass-finished. When it's grass-fed and grass-finished, it has more of these high-quality nutrients that help with anti-inflammation, and it helps with fat loss. So add in red meat. I have red meat almost every single day, and the more red meat you have, the more fat you're gonna burn. The fifth fat-burning food are eggs, what I call nature's multivitamin. Eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, packed with choline, which supports liver function and metabolism. Your liver plays a key role with fat loss and, of course, detoxification. Choline is one of the most important nutrients to support the liver, which then therefore supports fat loss. Eggs are, with the yolk by the way, are a complete protein with healthy fats, healthy protein that keeps you full and satiated, helps to build lean muscle mass, which we just established is very important for fat loss. Now, there are a lot of different ways to purchase eggs, and I realize we are having an egg shortage these days, and they're a little bit more pricey than usual if you're watching this during the time of the recording. But you do want to make sure the eggs are organic and pasture-raised. Terms like cage-free or free-range, those are just marketing gimmicks these days. It doesn't necessarily mean the chickens had healthy conditions and were fed the right feed. So you want to make sure it's organic and it's pastured. Those are the key terms we're looking for. The best way to get your eggs these days, this is the way I'm getting it, is from a local farmer's market. I understand that not everybody has access to that. There are some brands in the supermarket when it's available that show organic and pastured, so if you see those, get those. And how many eggs should you have to get the fat loss effects? 3 to 4 eggs a day. That's a good goal to hit. You know, that's gonna give you enough healthy quality fats and protein, but you wanna make sure you cook the eggs the right way. There is a bad way to cook your eggs, meaning you could lose a lot of these benefits when you overcook your eggs. It oxidizes it, and that could be a problem. So you do wanna cook your eggs soft scramble, soft boiled egg, poached. This is good. The less heat and the more runny the yolk, the healthier it's gonna be for you. So always remember that. The runnier, the healthier when it comes to eggs. And yes, eat the yolk. The yolk actually has more of the benefits and the nutrients than the actual whites itself, but you wanna consume it together. The sixth fat-burning food is extra virgin olive oil. I call this the metabolic accelerator. Olive oil is rich in oleic acid, which reduces inflammation and boosts fat oxidation. Olive oil protects your little batteries within your cells called the mitochondria, making them more efficient at fat burning and energy production, meaning you'll even have more energy. Olive oil activates a process in the brain called autophagy. This is your body's way of cleaning out the trash, getting rid of bad cells within the brain and also the body, but it happens primarily in the brain because olive oil contains a powerful antioxidant called oleocanthal. So it helps you with your energy, focus, and fat loss. You want to make sure it's organic in a dark glass bottle and it's extra virgin. You want to use it for salad dressings and dips, low heat cooking. I personally use the Fresh Pressed Olive Oil Club. You could get a $39 bottle from them for just $1 going to ketocampoliveoil.com. I'll drop that link down below. Now let's put together a 30-day plan for you to burn 20 pounds of fat in 30 days using some of these suggestions I gave you and much more. Step number 1, eat 2 to 3 meals per day and focus on protein and healthy fats. No snacking in between those meals. So if it's 3 meals a day, you want to consume it at 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and let's say 6 p.m. You could change that around. I'm just giving you an example here. You want the protein to be the main focus, to get at least 30 grams of protein at each of those meals. You want to get fats that come with it. So I also like the idea of getting at least 30 grams of fat with that meal. And you want to keep your total carbohydrates for the entire day under 50 grams per day. So the protein and the fat is the focus, the carbs are a reduction here. And you spread that out through 2 to 3 meals. No snacking in between your meals. Every time you snack, you raise glucose and insulin, you store fat. Snacking is one of the fastest ways to age yourself, create insulin resistance, and create weight loss resistance as well. So that's a start. 2 to 3 meals, no snacking in between, focusing on protein and fat, lowering your carbohydrates. Now you want to incorporate with those meals those 6 fat-burning foods I mentioned: the ghee, the butter, the salmon, the red meat, the eggs, the olive oil. Incorporate those into those 6 meals. You want to limit processed foods, especially artificial sweeteners. So that means no Diet Cokes, no Crystal Lights. You want to avoid aspartame and sucralose and isosulfame potassium. These are key artificial ingredients to avoid. Instead, you could consume stevia, monk fruit, xylitol, erythritol. These are much better sugar replacements and substitutes. The next step you want to do here is prioritize sleep. You actually burn a ton of fat during REM sleep and deep sleep. Your metabolism is ramping up, you're clearing out toxic proteins and cells in your body, and your fat-burning hormones are activated. So prioritize sleep each night. Hopefully you're in bed for 8 hours and you're sleeping for the majority of that. You'll wake up with a more lean stomach. And by the way, I have this, what I just shared with you, and so much more I put together in a free ebook that you could download. This is a brand new book on how to get rid of visceral fat, the fat around your organs, in 30 days following a strategic step-by-step plan, which goes even more advanced than what I just shared with you today. And you could get this for free over at targetbellyfat.com or by clicking or scanning the QR code on the screen, and I'll drop that link down below. Now, let's get into the most common questions I get asked on this topic. You might have these questions. Let me address them. Question number 1, can I eat butter if I have high cholesterol? Look, many people still think high cholesterol causes heart disease. It is one of the biggest myths out there, and it's the most common question I get asked on social media is, Ben, I am eating more butter, I'm eating more saturated fat, my cholesterol's up, what should I do? I always say, congratulations, you probably look better and feel better, don't you? You see, the science actually shows more people die from heart disease with normal to low cholesterol than with high cholesterol. But the statin industry does not want you to know the truth, and your doctor, because the statin industry made $13+ billion last year prescribing cholesterol lowering medication. So will your cholesterol go up if you have butter and these other healthy foods that contain fats? Probably. Is that a bad thing? No, you're going to get healthier. Second question, what's the best type of olive oil to buy for fat loss? I mentioned the Fresh Pressed Olive Oil Club, but there's an additional tip that you can do. When you go to the supermarket and you buy your olive oil, make sure it's in a dark glass bottle. It says organic extra virgin, and make sure it's not cut with any other oils like a seed oil. They do that a lot. So look at the ingredients, make sure it's 100% organic extra virgin olive oil, and grab the olive oil towards the back of the shelf that is less exposed to the artificial lights in the supermarket, because the more it's exposed to the light, which are the ones at the front, the more oxidized it becomes. And you could do the olive oil taste test, by the way. If you have olive oil at home, take a shot. If it goes down smooth, that's a red flag. It's rancid, cut with the seed oil, and it's just not healthy for you. But if it burns your throat, makes your tongue fuzzy, and even makes you cough, that's a sign it's loaded with antioxidants and polyphenols. Question number 4, can I combine these fat-burning foods with carbs, or should I go full-on keto or low carb? You want to go full-on keto or low carb with these fat-burning foods, because you'll get much more fat loss. And that's that 30-day plan in the Visceral Fat book that I shared with you over at targetbellyfat.com. I show you exactly what to eat and how to do this the right way. The next question is, what if I don't eat red meat? What's the best alternatives? Well, you could have all the other fats I mentioned. You could also do other fatty fish that are small, like sardines and herring. You could also do pastured and organic poultry like chicken and turkey if you do that. But if not, you got the eggs, you got the wild-caught fish. That's enough for you to get enough healthy fats and protein to help you burn fat in this scenario. I hope this is valuable to you. Don't be afraid of the butter. Eat the butter. I eat it all the time. Actually, I'm going to have some more after I finish recording this video. Share this episode with a friend. Leave it a rating and review on the podcast if you're listening from the podcast, and thank you so much. And if you love this and you're interested in the carnivore diet, there are 5 key foods you do not want to eat on a carnivore diet. I outline it in a recent video. Go check this out. And I have discovered something shocking. There are 5 carnivore foods that a lot of people eat in the carnivore diet, which actually increases the likelihood of certain symptoms like brain fog, inflammation, weight loss resistance, and digestive issues like gas, bloating, constipation, and diarrhea. I'm going to outline